I'm Stephanie Crowdy with the GTHL. I'm super excited to be joined by three ladies, one former of the GTHL and two currently. So we'll start off with Paige. Paige is a captain of our under 11 North York Rangers. So thanks so much for joining us, Paige. Give us a little wave. And we also are joined by Caitlin Tran. She's for the under 13 AAA Toronto Young Nationals. Super happy to have you with us, Caitlin, if you want to give us a little wave as well. And special guest to today's chat is, of course, Claire Murdoch, a member of the under 18 women's national team, former Vaughan King, and before that spent a lot of time with the George Bell Hockey Association. So definitely a member of the GTHL alumni family. Thanks so much for joining us, Claire.
Hey girls, nice to talk to you. So I'm Claire. I played 4 years for VK and I switched over to girls hockey in Bantam. I played 2 years for North Halton, a year for North York Storm, and I'm now a member of the Junior Barracudas. And I was just recently at Worlds for the U18 World Championship.
All very, very exciting stuff. Originally started back here in the GTHL, so we're super proud of that as well. And it was really interesting on our front is, so we have Caitlin, so she's on the U13, as we mentioned, AAA Toronto Young National. So you would have been around Caitlin's age when you were actually crowned a champion of the U12. It was 2018 Tom Wilson U12 U13 Classic Champion with the Vaughan King. So a little bit of a blast from the past, but similar ages of when you were kind of making a little bit of history in the GTHL then as well.
Yeah, exactly. I remember that tournament like it was yesterday. It's crazy now that it's been 6 years, but that's definitely an important part of my career. And this is an exciting age because things are starting to happen, especially in girls hockey. So it's exciting for sure.
Absolutely. And I'm going to have Paige, if you want to introduce yourself, share the position you play, and a little bit about yourself as well, you can jump right in.
Okay, I play defense. I'm on the North York Rangers, and I don't know.
Who's your favorite player?
I like Mitch Marner.
Good pick.
That's my favorite player too. So
And Caitlin, you just mentioned that's your favorite player as well, but if you want to share a little bit about yourself as well, maybe the position you play.
I play defense, and my favorite player for women's would probably be Victoria Bach, and then boys, Connor McDavid and Sidney Crosby.
All good picks. All good picks. But I know both of you came with some questions for Claire, so I'm gonna give the first question. So Paige, if you have your first question ready to go.
Yep. Claire, have you had any regrets, like during boys or girls hockey?
honestly, I think throughout my career, I'm pretty happy with the path I've been on. I think myself, I switched to girls hockey at the right moment, just as hitting was starting. I think I'm glad I didn't stay in the league that year. For me, just I was a late bloomer. I was always pretty small and I grew late. So it was good for me to switch when I did. And I think it's a personal decision for everyone, but when you feel you're ready, just make the switch and make the most out of it.
And Caitlin, if you have your first question ready, you can go right ahead.
What was the biggest challenge you faced or adjustment you had to make when you went to girls hockey from boys hockey?
I think at the time, girls hockey was a different game than I was used to. With boys, there was much more, I'd say, creativity offensively, while the girls' game, it was very fast. It was a lot of hard workers. It was hard to make much happen just because I felt like everyone was always on you and it was just a different game overall. So I had to get used to that. I had to get used to playing with different line mates. But in the end it worked out and I'm glad it did.
Who's your favorite hockey player?
Well, I love Mitch Marner on the Leafs, but I also Emma Malte is a huge role model to me. I've trained with her a little in the past, and I watched her at the PWHL game just last week, and I love her style of play. She's a grinder. She makes things happen offensively. She's great on the PK, and I look up to her a lot.
If you were 12 years old again, playing in your major Pee Wee year, what would you do differently moving forward?
I would just say to take every year one at a time. Don't look to when you're going to be in junior or when you're going to be able to represent Canada, because every year is special in its own way. So just appreciate that.
Knowing what you know now, what advice would you give to a girl like me looking to make the national team?
I would just say keep working your butt off. I mean, obviously, to get to the level you are right now, you've put a lot of work in, and just keep loving the game. I mean, have fun out there. Enjoy like being in the dressing room with your teammates, because if you're having fun, that's when you're at your best.
How did you keep yourself motivated and push yourself to continuously improve and get better?
A huge thing for me was being able to train with girls who were older than me, some possibly in university, some on the national team, and it's just to see that there's a goal for me, especially now with the PWHL forming. It's great to know that there's somewhere we can go in hockey, and if we keep working every day to get there, that it's pretty cool to be able to do that. So
I have a question for all three of you, and I'm going to start over with Caitlin. What's been your favorite minor hockey memory so far?
When my team, like my last season in U12, when my team made it to the G finals and we won a couple tournaments that year. So just like team things that like we won and like we had fun with in the tournaments.
Definitely making those memories to get those wins, right? And what about you, Paige? What's been your favorite memory playing hockey so far?
My favorite memory, probably when I like got captain of my boys team.
No, it's definitely a huge honor. Definitely something to be proud of. And Claire, your favorite minor hockey memory?
yeah, well, there's so many to choose from, especially coming back from Worlds. That was an unbelievable experience, getting to play with such a high level team and getting to go to Switzerland. And I won nationals earlier in November, and that was such a cool experience. And we all got along so well. And I'd say in the GTHL, my favorite memory was winning the international PB tournament in Quebec. I think that's one of the best tournaments around. It was so much fun to go to Quebec and play with that team. So, I remember that tournament like it was yesterday.
Oh, it always comes back to the tournaments, I feel like, in minor hockey. It keeps you coming back to that. And those wins and the playoff victories too, of course. What does it mean today to be a woman playing hockey? I think that has changed a little bit, but what does it mean to you to kind of be making noise in the sport?
I think the women's game has grown so much lately that every day that I play in a league with other women, I get more and more proud at the level of play, at how far we've come. So it just means everything to me that I get the opportunity not only to play hockey as a woman, but also to be able to compete against such high level women.
And what about you, Caitlin? What does it mean to you to be a woman and playing the game and getting the opportunities you get to have at playing hockey?
I'm grateful that like I'm able to like play this sport at like a high level and just like play what I love. And like now that we have like the PWHL that we can go to, it's not just like win the Olympics every 4 years. We have like an actual league that we can make a life off of. And like the girls have like developed so much over the years and like yeah.
No, absolutely. And what about you, Paige? What does it mean to you to be a girl playing this game?
It means a lot to me, and honestly, I just want to say to like probably everybody younger, everybody who's probably gonna join hockey, every other girl, that they got it.
Good answer. All right, so just gonna wrap this up. I'm gonna ask one more thing, and I'm just gonna ask Caitlin and Paige, and then we'll get to Claire in a second. But for the GTHL season, Caitlin, I know this is the last month of the regular season, then we get to get into a little bit of playoffs coming up. But what are you most looking forward to for the rest of the season?
Probably making like the memories with my team and like making like a statement for like girls that they can compete with boys. It's not just a boys only game. It could be a co-ed game hockey, because like and like to like make a statement in the playoffs because of our team last year. So yeah.
No, it'll be exciting for sure. What about you, Paige? What are you most excited for?
Me, most excited for probably just having fun, making it to like multiple rounds, probably.
No, it's a good answer. Fun is number one priority when we're out there on the ice and off the ice too with our team. And Claire, we're gonna ask you, what are you most excited for? Not just this season, but coming up in your career. You know, we're talking about minor hockey. Obviously, that's a big chapter that's kind of progressed in your time, but your career is just getting started as you move forward in the ranks. So what are you most looking forward to?
Yeah, well, I think Caitlin and Paige have summed it up pretty well. It's all about making memories, having fun, going off to university in the fall. So that's a huge step in my life, a new chapter starting, and I'm just excited to meet some new teammates and keep making memories along the way.
And I'm just going to piggyback on that because I think that's an important one, especially for girls playing the game, the academics and the post-secondary. Any advice you'd give to girls playing the game and even boys, because that's also a big decision, how to make that decision and kind of commit and move forward with it as you just did?
I think there will come a time where a school or whatever you decide, wherever you decide to go, it'll just feel right to you. Everything about it, the coaches, the environment, the campus, if you are going off to university. Just trust your gut, you'll make the right decision. And some people say, oh, like you're committing for 4 years, that's a huge commitment. But if it feels right, then you'll have so much fun and you'll love it. So
Definitely the importance of academics too, in addition to everything we're talking about with athletics as well. So thanks so much, Claire. We really appreciate it. We'll definitely be following you along as you move through the ranks here. Paige and Caitlin, I know we'll see you around the rink, playoffs coming up. Good luck. Have so much fun for the rest of the season. And I'm sure we'll bump into each other in a rink soon, hopefully. So thank you so much, everyone.